What's up, everybody? Steven here for Off the Shelf Movie Night to talk to you about physical media, about Blu-rays and 4Ks, and the way we like to own our movies and TV shows and, not see them censored or taken away from us because we chose to watch them on streaming. If you are a collector or you want to be a collector or you're just interested in movie collecting, you're in the right spot. We love to have those conversations here. It's the whole reason this channel exists, so please, if you haven't, give me a sub. Hit that sub button, hit that notification bell so you know when I post new stuff. So with all that said, all that, nonsense out there, I'm not talking about physical media in this, brief video. As many of you who've been with the show for a while know, I'm doing a project, a New Year's resolution to watch. A professional would go back and edit all that, but I'm not going to do it. This New Year's resolution I'm calling a Pushing 100 project, and it's where I'm pushing to watch 100 films in 1 year in theater, in the actual, old school movie theater. And so far, I am on a pretty good tear. Monthly, I do an update. I'll talk to you at the end of this month about everything I've seen in April. But as was the case with Batman, and, when a notable film comes out, I want to go ahead and talk about that film while it's fresh. Try to give you some perspective on it, where I'm coming from, and, maybe help you decide whether you should get to the theater and see it while it's still playing in the theater. I might talk about it a little bit more in depth in my 1 month wrap up. What I'm not going to do is spoil it. I am someone who is very, very hypersensitive to spoilers. I don't like spoilers. I don't like being spoiled. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get in depth into the movie now because I don't want to spoil it. The movie just opened that we're talking about, and that is Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Yeah, just opened over the weekend, and I did see it along with 2 other films. For Pushing 100, I have to average 2 films a week. So when I can see 3 at a time, I do that. So Everything, Everywhere, All at Once is A24's latest film, and it is... It's directed by directors you may not know. It's Dan Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, maybe? Correct me in the comments if I am saying that wrong. But the way they're credited is the Daniels, which is kind of hilarious. That's how they credit themselves in the film. Most notably, their previous work is Swiss Army Knife. It's another A24 that people really love. This one stars... Michelle Yeoh, and probably in a weird way most notable is, gosh, you guys, I'm not good with pronunciation. Ki Hu Kwan, maybe that's proper. I don't know. The reason he's notable though is because he previously was Short Round in the Indiana Jones films. He was also in the Goonies, and he retired in that era and hasn't acted in many, many years, and he came out of retirement to do this. He says that he's seen, with Crazy Rich Asians and some other things, he's seen a resurgence of opportunity for Asian actors, so he came out to start working again, which I think is amazing. And spoiler alert, not really a spoiler, but I'm just telling you, he's great in the film. Also in the film is Stephanie Hsu. She was most recently, I think she was in Shang-Chi. You may recognize her from there. James Hong is here also. James Hong is in his 90s. He's been around a long time. You will recognize his face when you see him. So it's really difficult to get too much into this without spoiling, and I'm just going to tell you what the description is in IMDb, and it goes like this. An aging Chinese immigrant, I zoomed in, is swept up in an insane adventure where she alone can save the world by exploring other universes, connecting with the lives she could have led. And that's pretty... that's a log line more than a synopsis, and that's fine. That's what you get from the trailer. So the movie is surreal in a way that we haven't seen surreal in, I don't know, in a lot of ways since the 80s. This movie is unique in look and style and tone. It's incredibly fast paced. Now that's the thing though, is if I was going to say a negative, it's the only thing I would say that's even a negative. It's 2 hours and 19 minutes and it's breakneck. The entire 2 hours and 19 minutes is rapid fire. You got to stay with this movie. This is one of the reasons I recommend seeing it in theater, because if you try to watch it at home and you pick up your phone, you will miss something important. So if you go to see this movie, go to the bathroom before the movie starts, because there's not really a good place to take a break. I had heard good things about the movie. It almost was overhyped. So I went in a little bit concerned. And I came out having been taken on an emotional roller coaster ride that I could never have anticipated. What's magical about the film, again, no spoilers here, is that through its surreal style of storytelling, what is there, what's under all of that visual flair, is something deep and meaningful, and that every single person in the audience can connect to. People applauded in my theater. I was in a regular mainstream Regal cinema, and people applauded at the end of the film. And that's always something that's interesting. It's like they were bubbling with joy, I guess, over the experience that they had to applaud. And I'm not someone who does that kind of thing too much myself, but I do appreciate it when I hear it. Michelle Yeoh is outstanding in the film. Her character also runs the emotional gamut, and she crushes it. Also of note here is Stephanie Sue. I recognized her from Shang-Chi. I didn't know too much about her. She is incredible in this movie. Michelle Yeoh is a badass actress, and anybody who is on screen with her has a lot of work to do just to keep up with her. And Sue does it. She steals some scenes in this movie. It's going to be a very short video because I can't talk much more about the movie without getting into spoilers. I just felt like I wanted to do something short and sweet, and my stupid phone is going off, just to come on here and say, guys, Sonic the Hedgehog is #1 at the box office this weekend, and it's criminal. It's criminal that movie, I mean, I get it, it's a kid's movie and that kind of thing. This is an experience that you will not have again this year, and you might not have for a very long time. My mind was blown. I am going to try maybe early next week. I've got a busy weekend coming up, but maybe early next week to try and go see the movie in theater again. There is so much meat on the bone. This is going to the steakhouse and going home with leftovers to eat the next day. Heavy, as far as what it's got to give you. So go see the movie if you've seen it. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Let's talk about it, but please let's keep it spoiler free. This is a movie people deserve the opportunity to discover. Next video, pickups. So we're back on the physical media. Until next we meet, pull something cool off the shelf, share it with your friends and family, and remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV at home, and I'll see you guys on the next one.